Hey guys, I'm Steff, and welcome to my beauty stash. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. You know the drill, guys. Before we begin, make sure you click on that subscribe button and ring that bell so that you never miss one of my video uploads. It's Valentine's Day, guys. Happy Valentine's to all of you out there celebrating today. I hope your day is filled with lots and lots of love and lots of chocolate too. Today, I am going to be creating this purple Valentine's Day halo eye for you guys. I'm using a mixture of both high-end and drugstore products, and I'm using one product that is new to my stash. Can't wait to try that out here on camera and share it with you guys. So if you want to see how I got this purple Valentine's Day look, keep on watching. For primer, I'm going to go in with two different primers, both of them from e.l.f. The first one I'm going to go in with is the Luminous Putty Primer, and I'm going to apply this mainly to the perimeters of my face. And then on my T-zone, the areas where I know I get the oiliest, I'm going to go in with the Matte Putty Primer. The matte one that I'm going to go in with first, I'm just going to take about that much. Don't need too much of this, and just kind of warm it up between my fingers and start pressing on the oiliest parts of my face, where for me, first and foremost is my nose. Even like right here on my cheeks, I get oily. The Luminous has a more yellowish tint to it. Let me pick up a little bit of that. Just kind of pressing and then pressing it outward, pushing it outward. Now that we are all primed, it's time to go in with foundation. And again, like I did with primer, I'm going to be using two different foundations. I'm going to be using both from Wet n Wild. The first one is going to be the new Dewy Finish Photo Focus Foundation. And then I'm going to go in with the original Photo Focus Foundation. The original, the shade I have in this one is Soft Beige. And the one I have in the Dewy is Nude Ivory. Okay, so I'm going to focus the original. This is more of a mattifying foundation. I'm going to focus that on my T-zone, the places of my face where I get the most oily. And then I'm going to go in with the dewy one, more so on the perimeters of my face. I'm also going to use my Wet n Wild makeup sponge to blend everything out. This dewy foundation is a little bit lighter than the matte foundation that I just went in with, so I'm hoping I get a good balance. To add just a little bit more coverage right in here, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and this one is in the shade Light Beige. Shade looks a little bit dark for me, but I think it'll blend out once I apply my bronzer and blush. Just kind of wanted to give that extra coverage, and the shades I have in this are just a little too brightening. So for my under eye area, I'm going to go in with the shade Fair Warm. Now I'm going to go in with the original Camo Concealer, and this one is also in the shade Light Sand. I'm going to place this mainly in my T-zone. All right, so I'm liking the way everything is looking so far. Now, instead of powdering, I'm gonna do that in a second. I have a new product that I actually have been wanting to try. This is the Soleil Tan de Chanel. This is a bronzing makeup base. Let me take off the plastic. It smells nice. There is fragrance to it, of course, because it is Chanel. So I'm gonna use this as obviously my cream contour, just to kind of warm up the face. And let's see, do I want to go in with a brush or do I want to use my sponge? I think I'm gonna grab a foundation brush. I will be right back. All right, so I'm just gonna go in and pick up some of the product. I've never used this before. All I've done is swatch it on the back of my hand. So let's see. Just kind of buff that. It's a nice color, nice shade. Blends out really nicely as well. I'm like the only person who has not tried this product from Chanel. It is really popular, and actually it had been sold out on Nordstrom for a while. And when I saw that it had come back in stock, I immediately ordered it. One of my friends was raving about it the other day, and when I purchased it, I of course remember all of the good things that she was saying about it. So shout out to Rhonda. Thank you for recommending this product. So far, I love it. Now it's time to set this face, and for powder, I'll be going in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Setting Powder. Now I'm going to mainly focus this powder on the areas where I laid down the concealer, like under my eye and in my T-zone. Out here on the perimeters of my face, I am not going to place any powder today. I'm actually just going to let the bronzer powder, the blush, and the highlight just kind of set the foundation for me. I'm kind of putting extra powder there on my T-zone, and then I'll brush it away right now. So I'm gonna let that kind of sit, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go in and start bronzing up the skin. For bronzer, I'm gonna use a very glowy bronzer, and this is the Catrice. This is the Sun Lover bronzer, and this is what it looks like. I have a new brush set from ColourPop that I have been loving. Actually, I've only used few brushes from this collection, but what I have used I've absolutely loved, and I bought this collection. Let me show it to you here. This is what it looks like. Really pretty. I bought it mainly because of this brush right here. This is a bronzing brush. This is the F18 brush. Really love this brush. Really pretty. Actually, the whole collection is just really nice, really easy to work with. Good set of brushes. I love the glow that this Catrice bronzer gives to my skin. I actually reviewed it. I did a full face of Catrice. It's actually one of my very first YouTube videos. I'll definitely leave that link so you guys can check that out. Now I'm gonna go back in with my beauty sponge and just press over everything. Kind of just help everything to blend well together. Now I'm gonna take a large powder brush and just kind of flick away all of that excess powder that I left. Now let's do a little Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. For blush, I'm going to be going in with one of my favorites at the moment. This is from CVS. This is the Unicorn Glow Blusher, and I am in the shade, let me show you guys, and I am in the shade Peach Berry. I'm going to use the F21 brush from this ColourPop collection that I have. Just focus that on the apple of my cheek. Just kind of blend upward as well. I'm also gonna add a little bit up here. One of the new trends for 2020 is bringing your blush up, kind of making it a little C right there, like the way we do with our highlighter. I mean, not very intensely, but deliberately. Okay, so blush is on. Love this Unicorn Glow blush. Now it's time for highlighter. For highlighter, I'm going to go in with the Flower Beauty. This is the Shimmer and Strobe highlighting palette. And I'm going to start off with the pink shade that's there in the middle. And then I'm going to use some of this more platinum shade right here to kind of top all of that off. These highlighters, as you can see, are really intense. Flower Beauty makes some really awesome highlighters. I love this palette. Now I'm gonna go in with that platinum shade. Now I'm gonna go back in with my damp beauty sponge. Just press that. All right, so now that we have all of our base products on, I'm going to pop off camera, take care of these eyebrows. If you notice, my eyebrows are growing. I'm so excited, and I will jump back on and we'll complete this Valentine's Day look. Be right back. So I'm feeling very purple inspired for this year's Valentine's Day look. So that is the color that we are going to be emphasizing today. And I'm going to use my ABH Norvina Volume 1 Pro Pigment palette for that. This is a really beautiful, really easy to work with palette. I enjoy this palette very much. I have all 3 volumes that Orvina created in this series. I love all 3 of them equally. I think they're really, really high quality eyeshadow palettes. They blend out really well. There's not a lot of fallout. They just perform the way you would expect a palette of this standard to perform. So great job, Norvina and ABH, with this entire collection. This is the palette of choice for today. So let's start creating this look. The first shade I'm going to go in with is actually going to be C1, and this is the white shade. I'm going to be applying that shade on the brow bone and also a little bit towards the inner corner of my eye. Now I'm going to start packing on B4 right here, and I'm going to place that on my eyelid area mainly, and then I'm going to start to blend it outwards. So that looks really messy right now. That's okay. We're going to blend it out in a second. Let me do the other eye. I'm going to go in with a tapered blending brush, and there's nothing on it, it's clean. I'm just going to blend, soften up the edges. This doesn't have to look perfect because we are going to place other shadows on top of it. Just want to focus on the edges, not taking it too high up either, just right here, softening it up. Now I'm going to go in with the shade A2. And I'm going to do the same packing motion, but I'm going to work that a little bit higher than where I laid down B4. Okay, so you can see I just packed it on. Doesn't look good right now. It will. Going back in with that same little blending brush, I'm just wiping it off. I'm going to blend out my edges. It's true, your arm does start hurting from all of the blending, but that is the trick to really making your eyeshadow look the best that it can. Especially when you're packing on shades, you really need to work to blend out those outer edges of it. Now I'm going to take a smaller little blending brush and I'm going to pick up some of the shade. Let's see. I'm going to go in with the shade A3 and I'm going to work that directly in the crease. Now with that same brush, I'm going to go back in with the shade B4 and I'm going to kind of build up on the eyelid right in here. Just really pressed it in. Didn't really blend it out just because I want it to really be intense. I'm going to go back in with that other tapered brush, the first one. I'm going to pick up some more of A2. Just blending over everything with that. I'm going to wipe off my brush, that blending brush I was just using, and I'm just going to lightly blend out here. Now it's time to apply some shimmer to this look. And I'm going to go in with the shade A1. I'm going to apply that directly in the center of my eyelid. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer, and I'm going to place that exactly where I'm going to place that shimmer shade. So I'm just going to get a little bit on the brush. This is what it looks like in case you don't know. It looks like a little MAC paint pot. So I'm going to place that right here in the center, like a little halo eye. Now let me go in with shade A1. And I did not have to spray my brush. These shadows, guys, are amazing. If you're not able to get this full-size palette, she did come out with some mini, like a mini volume one. And there's a new one that just got released. I think it's the mini volume, I want to say that one's volume 3. It's like has cherries on it. So cute. I don't have any of the minis just because I have the full-size ones. But those minis are $29 and this bigger one is $60. So if you can't afford to get the big one, I highly recommend checking out the mini ones because these shadows are just a dream to work with. You'll see, guys, I haven't gotten any fallout. And most people, if they do an eye look this dark, this detailed, most people would do their eyes first and then their foundation and stuff. But I didn't. I went just straight in my usual way because I usually like to do my face first and then I go in and do my eye look. So I didn't have to change that at all. But of course, if you know you're going to be working with a softer palette, one that has some fallout to it, then I definitely recommend doing your eyes first, then going in and doing the rest of your face. But I knew what I was working with today. I knew I didn't have to do that. What do you guys think? I think this is looking really nice. Like, I'm just loving purple this year for Valentine's Day. I think it is the perfect complement to pink and red. It goes really well with both colors. Let's leave the eyelid alone and let's start doing some lower lash line work. And let me get a smaller brush here. Let's see. I'm gonna go in with another brush that's not in this ColourPop collection, just one that I love using a little bit better. This is the Morphe E36 brush. And I'm gonna add some pink just so we can bring in that pop of pink for Valentine's Day. And I'm gonna go in with shade B1. It's kind of like a mixture of pink and purple. So I'm gonna run that along the entire lower lash line. I'm going to go in with a slanted eyeliner brush and I'm going to go back in with the shade B4. That was that dark shade that we first laid down on the eyelid. And I'm going to kind of just align the outer half of my lower lash line with this. Just being careful to place it right here. I don't want to go too far in with this one. Now with nothing on this brush, I'm just gonna kind of smoke that out a little bit. Ooh, I'm loving this. Now I'm gonna go back in with the shade A1, which is the shimmer shade. And I'm gonna apply that on the inner corner. Now with a clean blending brush, I'm just gonna kind of lightly just go over everything. Clean up any edges. Very lightly, like look at where I'm holding the brush, very light pressure. All right, so let me pop on some eyeliner and mascara. For eyeliner, I'm gonna go in with one of my favorites. This is the BH Liquid Eyeliner, and I'm just gonna draw a small black line on the upper lash line. No wing, no anything, kind of just tight line. For mascara, I'm going to go in with a mascara I've been loving this last couple weeks, and this is a new one from CoverGirl. This is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Uncensored Mascara. I absolutely love how lightweight this formula is, and I love the separation that it gives to my lashes. I picked this one up online from Ulta Beauty. Look at that. Look at those lashes, all from one coat of this new CoverGirl Exhibitionist Uncensored Mascara. Absolutely love this one. To line my upper and lower waterline, I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Shockwave eyeliners. I'm going to use the black for the top and the purple for the bottom. I'm going to line my lips with this lip liner I got in one of my BoxyCharms, John to Blue, something like that. And this one is in the shade, what shade is that? Dark Natural. For lipstick, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink, and I am in the shade Lover. This lipstick is budge proof. It does not go anywhere. I'm going to add a little bit of gloss. This is the Sexy Mother Pucker from Soap and Glory. This is actually a lip plumper. I'm just going to add a little bit of that in the center. Now, we don't want this look to go anywhere, so I'm going to go in with two different setting sprays. The first one I'm going to use is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dewy Set. Give it a really good shake. Now I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay. This is the All Nighter. This is one of my holy grail setting sprays. I use this one just about every single day. This will make this makeup look last all day, all night. I've been using All Nighter for years. So let me go do something with this hair and I'll be right back. So guys, this is the completed eye look, the purple Valentine's Day eye look. What do you guys think of what I came up with? I think it's fun to experiment with different colors, especially like on Valentine's Day where it's more traditionally red, pink, and white. I think adding this fun pop of purple will completely update your look in 2020, especially for Valentine's Day. You guys are going to be seeing a lot more of blue and purple eye looks coming in 2020. That is one of the major trends that I recently read about. Also, the blush trend, kind of moving it upwards on the face, not just focusing it on the apple of your cheeks. That's also another major trend for 2020. But guys, don't feel pressured at all to follow any makeup trends or to follow any makeup rules for that matter. You do whatever works best for you. As far as the face products go, I'm loving this new Wet n Wild Dewy Photo Focus Foundation. I'm also loving the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Everything I used, especially, hey, my new Chanel, the Soleil Tan de Chanel. This is a winner. I cannot wait to play around with this some more. But I just love the dewiness that I have, but I'm still matte in the areas where I need it to be. And guys, this look is going to last all night long. Don't worry, we locked it in with like 3 different setting sprays today, and we really powdered down the areas that needed to be powdered down. Invest in All Nighter, guys. Urban Decay All Nighter. It is a surefire winner. So guys, what are your Valentine's Day plans? Leave it in the comments below. I'd love to know what you guys have in store. Whatever it is you're doing that day, make sure you spread love. Lots of love on Valentine's Day. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my purple Valentine's Day Get Ready With Me video. You guys have a great day or night wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink that water, especially on Valentine's Day. We want to have this glowy skin. And I will see you all real soon. Bye.